Hey, did you hear what I said?
No, we had you muted. We're good. All right, guys. We're joined obviously by Panthers wide receiver DJ Moore today. So with that, we'll go ahead and open it up for questions. As usual, if you guys could raise your hands when asking a question, and I'd also ask as you're able to turn your video on so DJ can see you on his screen as well. So if anyone wants to go ahead and throw your hand up, we'll start with those questions here as soon as hands start popping up. Looks like our first one can be from Jonathan Alexander. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Hey, what's up, DJ? Well as well, man. Pretty good. What's the off season been like for you, and how has it been with Sam Darnold in these few days you've been able to work with him?
The off season it been good. We all here, so working with Sam been good day in and day out. Getting some timing down is always good when you got OTAs.
What's the biggest thing you've been impressed with him so far in these first few days?
That he's just soaking up everything that the coach is just throwing at him, and he's just going out there and just being a QB that he is.
All right, we'll go to Will Palachik, WFNZ.
What's up, DJ? As far as just being on the field, I know you guys weren't on the field necessarily at this time last year. How much different is it kind of being on the field at this time of the year, and how much more do you feel like you're able to process as far as this install going into the year?
I don't feel no different, even though last year we was off. I mean, I had OTAs, 3 years now, so it really don't feel no different, but yeah, that's really it. It just don't feel different to me.
Mike Solarte, please.
Hey, DJ, what's happening? Question for you. Being it seems like with the roster the way that it is, you've become the leader of this wide receiver group. I mean, how do you view yourself going into the season with that collection of guys that'll be on the roster in the fall?
Just set an example day in and day out, just working hard. Even though some of the guys in the room older than me, they all just still come to ask me questions or whatnot. We push each other. They push me. They see something that I didn't do right. They tell me about it. I ask them questions. So it's just like all in the room, just going back and forth with a dialogue to help each other get better.
Go to Elena Getzenberg.
Hey, DJ. I was just curious. I know you're involved in repping the team for the NFLPA, and I was just curious, when the team's discussions to, almost everyone's there, why was that important to you guys? And, why are you there, and why do you think it's important for it to have OTAs?
Because we're one of the youngest teams in the league. So when I was talking to some of the other leaders, like the older players on the team, they was like, since we're so young, we might as well just go ahead and go in and get it down and get it done with the rest of the team, not be all separated throughout the country. We got people that's out, but they still in constant communication with us. So it's all good. We're just happy to be here.
So it was never much of a conversation to kind of miss this time? That wasn't really much of the dialogue?
No, we had multiple discussions leading up to this, but nobody was ever against it, like not going in.
And then last one for me, I know you're close with Robbie, just being there. Is that something that, you talking to him about him not being there, concerned about, or not too big of a deal?
I'm not concerned about it. We talk every day. I try to keep him in the loop. I know he's working hard. Like everybody on his team know he's working hard down where he stay at. So whatever he's doing is whatever he's doing. Like he's getting better. We want him here. I would love him here because that's my boy. But I know he's working hard, so I'm cool with it.
All right, Joe Person.
Hey, DJ, good to talk to you. Wondered kind of what your early impressions have been. We talked to Matt Rule today about Ian, and he said Ian Thomas had a real good offseason. Just kind of wondered what you've seen from Ian early on here.
From Ian, I couldn't tell you right now because I've just been so focused on what my group doing and getting coached up by Coach Frizz and just learning everything else over again.
I wanted to ask you also, do you feel faster wearing shoes?
Do I feel fast? No, I feel a little faster. Like every year I feel like I get faster, but the number ain't got nothing to do with it.
All right, guys, DJ's a little up against it, so we'll go ahead and finish off with two here to folks that haven't gotten questions yet. Steven Toronto, and then we'll finish with Herb White.
Hey, DJ, each year of your NFL career, you've had a different quarterback throwing to you. You had Cam as a rookie, Kyle 2 years ago, Teddy last year. Now you've got Sam. How does it change things for a wide receiver when you've got a different guy throwing to you each year? And eventually, would you like to have some continuity at quarterback, just to say, you know, this is my guy, this is who I'm catching passes from, this is who I'm developing a relationship with?
I mean, I don't ever look at it as like, how can I put this? Like, you never know who gonna go down. So you can never just be stuck on one person, because if you just get stuck on that one person, you're gonna blank out the rest of the people that's on the team. And when it's their turn to shine, it's like, all right, now you gotta relearn everything with them. So I don't really look at it like that. Like, I practice with all the quarterbacks. Like I did with Will this offseason, I did with PJ, and then Sam came. We all got all types of connections with all three of them. So whoever go in, I'm cool with.
Herb, last one to you.
Okay, thank you. DJ, can you talk a little bit about mentoring some of the younger receivers like Terrace Marshall, and how has he done in terms of impressing you and what he needs to work on, that kind of thing?
Shoot, they don't gotta impress me. That's the thing. Like, they ask me questions, but like, they actually go out there and do it to the best of their ability. If they see something, like if I see something wrong, I'll be like, hey, you gotta do such and such better. And like, that's all I really got to say to them, because the film gonna always back it up to help them get better.
Thank you.
DJ, thanks for taking a few minutes.